바람 불어와 흩어진 맘 주스를 틈도 없이 또다시
For me, the alleys, I guess, represent an alternative path. Just something different that most people will never see in their life. If you just take a moment to go out of your way and explore different areas, you'll find more beautiful things that people will never find before.
또다시 바람 세차게 바람 주스를 틈도 없이 또다시 바람 세차게 바람
So we're here. First impression is it kind of reminds me of Bukchon Hanok village in Seoul. Of course it's not. It's much more relaxed. What I'm most interested in is getting into the alleys and finding the kind of pictures I want to see. Because this is very popular. Tourists love this kind of stuff. But personally, I love this kind of thing. Like this. This is very nice. This is the kind of thing I want to see when I come to Korea, you know? I want to see these kinds of things. And I prefer this than to see like another coffee shop or another trendy store. I want to see traditional Korean things much more. So one of the things I really like is like this old Korean writing. To Koreans, it's not a big deal. They grew up with this kind of thing, but for me, since I'm a foreigner, this is very different. I just like the way it looks. I think it adds character. And this is the kind of thing I like to see, but unfortunately, it's the kind of thing you don't see so much more these days. But when I shoot infrared, it helps me shoot something different, not real, not realistic. I want to make something surreal, like a painting. That's where you can see the more unique things, so you can take the different kinds of photos that other people probably will never see. It's just nice to see that Gyeongju puts so much effort into still staying green, because many cities become what we call concrete jungles. It's just walls and bricks and roads, but here you have lots of nature. And I think it's quite beautiful, like this. So I actually spotted this building from a distance. I was really intrigued by the old Hanok style roof. It's as you can see, it's a market, but it's kind of closed down now. And that's one of the negative aspects of gentrification. I know people don't like to talk about the negative things. You know, like we should celebrate Gyeongju and 황리단길 and all these people and tourists coming here and celebrating and enjoying and shopping, but we can't ignore that places that stood here for a very long time eventually get shut down. People eventually move away. It's kind of a sad part of life, right? But still, we don't know what it will become. Hopefully, it will be something that will last here for a much longer time. But for now, let's continue exploring. So, we're here at Sokdong, but one of the things that I really like seeing in my photos are these kind of vines growing along the walls. Sometimes when it happens in Seoul, I get very excited. So to be around so many right now is actually quite fun. I also like the tin roofs that you see behind me. I know, it just makes me feel more away from the city, even though we're only 5 minutes away. So I have a good feeling that we're gonna find some real good alleys that way. Why don't we go explore? Oh, nice kitty. many grains laid out to dry out here in the alleys. You know, I think this lends to the idea that as a community, they're all very trusting of each other. It's like they don't have to worry about someone coming and stealing or anything like harming the crops. Because this, in a way, this space belongs to everybody, right? So does the grain. And actually, at first, I thought this was a little inconsiderate. Because, you know, they're just taking up over all the space, and what if a car wants to come through here? But then I just started thinking, what if that's just my American way of thinking? You know, like maybe I'm more close-minded than I thought. And I need to learn to think of different ways. So, it was a moment of reflection where I can just reflect on my own values as a person. Perhaps, maybe this rice is the rice that everyone in the community is going to eat. So, it belongs to everybody, right? I guess you can say it's a real rice alley. You know, nice alley, rice alley. Never mind, it's a terrible joke. But, yeah. So we actually checked out many of the very beautiful sites around Soak village, all the alleys, all the old buildings and hanoks. But actually there's one more thing here that will really catch your attention. It's actually one of the reasons I am here. Not just for the beauty of the countryside, but for this one view. You have any idea what it is, right? Actually, we're here. Those are the tombs on the hills. It's somewhat of a local treasure, and it's something that I really wanted to see for myself. So we made it to our destination. Behind me are the tombs of the four kings from Chile. And actually, you may have noticed that there's very, very many hanok. Now, hanok are those traditional houses. However, they're a bit different from the ones we saw at 황리단길. These, for example, all have black roofs. That's because the man who rallied behind pulling out the bamboo from the mountain, he organized to have them all painted black. Life is very slow. There's a kind of harmony with everybody, between the neighbors, between the nature, between the tombs. Nothing is forced. It's not like gentrification, where everything is just made to look like it's part of something. Here, it just is part of something. And I think it's quite beautiful. So let's keep taking some photos.
반짝여라 젊은